Is it listening what the moon is saying, or what are you saying about how you are feeling? And then you get to recognize that you have this influence and these impulses and this energy around these full moon cycles. Welcome to Moon and Me, and that is exactly what this is about. It's about you and the moon representing your emotional self, the self that is psychologically, tuned into this vibrational pull that the moon has influence over. And how does it have influence over you? Well, very simple. You chose the planet Earth to come into. This planet is surrounded by water. The moon cycles are everything, okay? Not controlling the oceans, but influencing the ocean. So I'm not saying that the moon is controlling you, but we cannot deny at this point, knowing that there is a very big influence right now. So the moon is in Leo, and oh my God, if you on Moon and Me and you receive the subscription and the guidance, you're gonna go, wow. Why? Because there is so much of this influence that brings up this energetic energy to go create the life you want. But we have to go look at what is sitting with you right now. How are you feeling? Because it matters how you feel, right? It's in the feeling that you are going to have this pool of emotional things. And you know, as we all know, that when you're angry, and you get louder and you get far more intense and you get far more passionate. And that is if you're expressing it. But what about when you are not expressing it and you're bringing it in and you continue to stay angry, and those angry thoughts are now morphing with more of your past angry experiences and the memories of that? What is that doing to you? How is that influencing you? Who are you bursting out at? Who are you, distorting your way of sharing and losing your control, and what's what I call poise, right? So if we just take a moment here and say, all right, it's a full moon, what does that mean? It's a time for you to let go and release the things that no longer fit in you. And this is a big one for me. One, I'm personally a Leo in my zodiac sign, but I've also come to that ending where I have morphed, this beginning. And so there's a lot of things that don't fit for me. And just like you're going to say, what doesn't fit for you anymore, right? Is it the way you're thinking? Is it the way you're feeling? Is it the way you are dealing with things in the way on a subconscious level that you're doing the same thing without realizing you're doing it because of your past memory of being fearful of being hurt, or being fearful of, hurting, or being fearful of going down the same path? So these are the things you want to look at emotionally in the cycle, because Leo's bringing in this lineup. And so the ruler of Leo is the sun. And so I mentioned this in the guidelines and in your insights and the wisdoms. Leo's the sun. The sun is not a planet. It is the only one that's ruled by a star. Okay? And so the immediate planet that's there that comes to rule and comes to influence and is bringing the swords of truth is Pluto. And this is for inner transformation, not your outer transformation. The times of, looking beautiful on the outside and feeling like crap on the inside can only create inner conflict. It deepens the surge and the pools of depression and more anxieties and more stresses and more emotional distortions, and it just it taints you from within. And that's where we want to go and look at, how are you expressing this inner world of yours? How are you expressing these pools and surges that are out of balance with you? How are you doing it? Because in my own reality, it takes you to be challenged not to respond to a snarky remark. You have to stay challenged and in your breath and staying poised when someone around you is being ugly and nasty and just negative and seemingly taking things away from you which you know are valuable for you? How do you stay poised in those moments where you are confronted with things that you don't believe are true for you? And you might think that they might be truths for everybody. And that's where I introduce the rays of light, and I talk about courage. Courage is a beautiful ray of light that comes with not only the zodiac sign of Leo, but Leo has the influencing power to share this ray of light, which is courage, more and more so through you are and who you are being. So you don't have to be born, and I talk about this all the time in the membership, you don't have to be born a Leo to be influenced and to benefit from this moon in Leo. You have Leo somewhere in your chart. You're born with all references of all 12 zodiac signs, which they become part of your I am thread. And I invite you to look at, what is your I am thread, right? What are you part of? What are you creating? What are you influenced by? Because we are all part of this as the one. We are all impacted and influenced by each other and with each other. And so courage being a ray of light, and I talk about the oracle and the rays of light because we are millions of rays of light, right? If you remember that, or if you don't know that, we are millions of rays of light. I just talk on the basic 31 rays of light that are mostly tuning you in and influencing you, and courage is one of them, right? So is it courage to stand up in the dark and shout and be angry and all of that? Or it could be, if that is your time, but I want to invite you to look at courage from the presence and the essence of what true courage is. To have the courage to interrupt that negative charge and that thought that is completely distorting your reality. To have courage to interrupt something that you know has never supported you, it just takes you down that roller coaster. How many times have you said to yourself, I should have never done that? Oh my God, here I go again. Oh no, there she comes again, or there he is, not this again. Courage is that ray of light that you want to do what? Close your eyes. And just take that deep breath in. Because if you're talking and thinking and breathing, you're doing neither. Have the courage to close your eyes in the middle of a sentence that you know should not be said again. Have the courage to interrupt those feelings that you know to the core of your heart that don't serve you. If it doesn't feel good, it's not serving you, it's not serving your surroundings, your family, anything, your dreams, anything in and around you. So this moon in Leo anticipates this acceptance of you being the royal you, the one that has the ability, not the potential. We all have potential. Everyone has potential by free will or by born talent or by inward dreaming, but everyone has potential. But few are those that actually take that potential aspect of themselves and have the courage to interrupt the things that distort that potential into distractions and all those things, and interrupt them so that you become who you want to be. They say, oh, I'm becoming. There's a lot of newness that's coming into this age of like, I am who I am. Who are you? Who are you right now? What are you creating that is supporting you? And that's what this moon is about. It's a full moon. It's bold. It's incredibly beautiful. But the wisdom is within you. The wisdom is not in the moon. There's the frequency and the vibration and the pulls, and it's absolutely the wisest mystic avatar that we could have as humankind and share this. But your wisdoms come from within you, not your mind. Your mind has to be disciplined by who you are being. And only you know that. And so sharing this moon and me is, I'm inviting you to learn about how you can be your own oracle. And I share this through the oracle cards, not for you to pull a card to be told what to do and how to feel. That is exactly what you're vibrating. Not for you to look at this moon and now you've got to go be Leo and, you know, roar like a lion and shine bright and be bold and, you know, expressive and all of those things. You are those things. Somewhere in your life you are being and having that influence to express those desires and those dreams. Today I want to expand your possibilities of thinking in a way that you already know you're a little bit more than who you think you are. And if you don't, well then welcome to Moon and Me, because that's what it's all about. Moon and Me is all about you, how you think, and how you're feeling, and who are you being when these full moons come around? Who are you being when this influence and aggression and chaos and stresses, who are you being? Are you staying poised when you're confronted with scenarios of complete distortion where the shadow self of Leo is to devour you, is to clean it up? Are you staying poised? Do you have the courage to interrupt those things that distort your mind and make you feel less than feeling better and good and beautiful and honorable and royal in your own life? Those little things that make such a very, very big difference in my life. The people that are contributing to this essence of bringing Moon to Me to shine. Moon and Me is about you. And why I share it is because I've seen over and over and over again, okay, that we forget who we are at the best of times. Now, can you imagine what we do in the worst of times? Having those best friends be best friends, having a community that does come in and support you, not take away from you, not to be jealous from you, not to be threatened by you, but to support you because they know who you are. That's a big thing. That's a big influence that this moon cycle and this planetary alignment is coming in. Your community, your soul tribe, your friends, those people you know are your soul group. This is that influence that's coming in and reinforcing that at this time. It's very, very, very important. Okay, because if you are the one that chooses every single time who you choose to be with, and it does make a difference. Who you with makes a difference. Who you with makes a difference. What you're thinking makes a difference. What you're feeling makes a difference. What you're saying, all these things matter. But how do you take that into this accelerated spiritual essence of connecting consciously what you're creating? And so I invite you, what is your I am thread, and how are you influencing your own creator, your own sun, your own star, for you to be the star of your dreams and for you to be the star of your life and all the things that you are creating? For me, I've got to let go of a lot of different things for Vanda. What do you need to let go of so that you can be more of who you are? For me as a Leo, I'm a creator. What are you? What are you creating? Just understanding who you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it makes a very big difference. Staying tuned in and knowing that everything is possible is one thing. Knowing what is possible at the times of influence, well, that's where the magic is, right? Right, stay tuned. Learn a little bit more about the greatest tool that you've got, and that is you. So any other tool I introduced to you is just to accelerate you feeling better, because your soul doesn't need a tool, your soul needs you. So tools for your soul is quite a big thing, right? Take care. Cheers, bye-bye.